This is KUGAN CASSIUS for IFL TV, proudly sponsored by Everlast. We're at the Matchroom party here. It's not a party, it's a media day, but it's still a party, isn't it? Yeah. I'm joined by Johnny Fisher, the Romford Bull, and also Derby's most... Oh, I don't know, how am I going to...
Think about this.
I'm going to think about it. Third most recognisable person in boxing.
He doesn't
like that, did he?
No, but I don't know about that. I could be even further down the pecking order. I don't know.
say that Clifton Mitchell's...
Clifton's the most recognisable face, I would definitely say, but deservedly so. Deservedly so. And I'm not a fighter, am I? So I'm slightly irrelevant anyway. Okay, let's do this then. I'm Derby's most recognisable face, non-boxer in boxing. How about that?
I'll go with that.
Yeah,
I will go with that.
Yeah,
okay. So, Johnny, you will feature on Fight Camp. I will let you talk about who he's facing, etc. This interview will go out after, obviously, the formal announcement here at Matchroom Fight Camp Media Day. So, Johnny, yeah, over to you.
Yeah, Joshua Sandland is who we're facing.
Why did you full name him?
That's his name.
Joshua. One Joshua Sunderland.
I don't know him, so I was doing
Fair play. I was just calling him Josh.
So yeah, it's a little step up, and he comes to fight. He's tough and he can box, so it's a good test, and on a big stage as well. So it's going to be good.
When you spoke to me about this literally a day ago, my immediate response to this was, yeah, absolutely. This is. But I was talking to you after Sol Dacres' second fight and said that you like to kind of possibly push your fighters a little bit early, ahead of schedule, in the eyes of other people. Not you, but this is testament to that as well.
Listen, people will look at Josh Sunderland's record, and Johnny will tell you himself, I was not sceptical about it, but I was like, we don't need to take this fight. But Mark was insistent on it, wasn't he? Mark was insistent on it, and Johnny said to me, we had I won't disrespect the other opponent's name because there's no need to mention it, but he had a choice to fight somebody else, and Johnny said he wanted this one, which was the much harder test. So, which is a testament to Johnny and where we think he's at. But we're very, very confident Johnny will deal with Sunderland in a very good fashion as well. But Sunderland does come to fight, and he's going to make Johnny think about his work. So it's over to Johnny. I mean, this venue it's fantastic, isn't it? It's a great platform to be on, and Johnny's going to warrant his position in being there. Listen, Eddie said there was not going to be any easy fights, and Johnny, this isn't no easy fight. This is not an easy fight for Johnny.
I don't believe in the saying there is an easy fight in boxing anyway, because you still will get up for the occasion. Even if I was fighting someone lower down the pecking order, there's still a tough fight because of the stage that I'm on. But Joshua Sandland can fight, he can box, and you've got to take it very seriously. And we're in the game to be in hard fights like this. This is boxing. Sometimes you win, sometimes you lose. But I'm going to make sure I win on the 7th of August.
Rather than the cliche knockover job, which heavyweights in the past, whether it's from here or wherever, are kind of used to getting a little bit of a confidence booster from, a fight like this is going to give you more experience and knowledge moving on in your pro career than bowling someone over in 30 seconds.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Well, you've got to have tests as you move through the ranks, because when you do step up to that level, when you've got to fight at English or area level or something like that, or British level, you've got to have these tests, and you've got to have it in the bank. Well, I haven't had it in the bank. Well, I haven't had the long amateur career. This is where I'm going to have to do my learning in these 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th fights.
Sam, agree with that?
Johnny's, as I say, it's been we've probably mentioned it so many times now. He's the fact who he was in camp with us with Joe, handled more than held his own. He's been sparring Fabio Wardy quite regularly as well. Johnny handles it. It's about now bringing that and putting it into practice under the lights, which he's going to be capable of doing. It's going to be a little bit of a different vibe for him because there's going to be a few hundred fans here making a bit of noise, and Johnny's going to have to compose himself and not get too riled up with his Essex faithful at ringside. The Romford boys. Yeah, the Romford boys egging him on, so he's gonna have to be patient, get behind his best punch is his jab, so you're gonna have to get behind that and deal with Josh in a good fashion.
And I think one thing I haven't shown enough so far is my jab, because the first opponent was a southpaw. We was always intent on throwing the right hand down the pipe, and that worked lovely. The second fight I could have used that jab a little bit better with the variation of the jab, not just ramrodding it all the time, just varying it up a bit, and I can do that, and Sam knows I can throw that jab lovely, and we've been working on it with Mark Tibbs. And one thing Mark Tibbs has said is that we can have a big game plan now for this fight, and that's going to be very important.
Now, I'm from Essex, and I'm assuming once the crowd situation rectifies itself, you're going to have a job in itself allocating literally hundreds and into the thousands of tickets.
Yeah, there's that's not a bad problem to have because of the support I'm going to have. But it'll have to be my mum or my brothers sorting that out because I'm not dealing with that. So
Shane Watson.
Yeah,
Shane can deal with the ticket situation.
But I'm very happy and I'm very grateful that the support I've got. I've got a lot of support in the local area and from my university as well. So I'm going to have someone down at Exeter as well. One of my mates can sort tickets there as well. So there's worse problems to have.
Johnny
Absolutely.
Said, he said to me when he was like, how many tickets are gone on sale? I think it's about 3. And he goes, give me them all. I said, it doesn't work like that for this one. But hopefully this will be the last event where it's a restricted audience and like we can be able to get a proper crowd in for Johnny, because he will. You reckon 1,000 to 2,000 tickets, won't you?
I reckon 1,000 to 2,000 because it's not just the people I know, but the people that I know or like a sponsor I've got, they want 30 tickets, another one wants 50 tickets, so it's friends of friends as well, and that's great to have that support.
Probably more a question for you, Sam. In anyone turning professional in the heavyweight division, there's probably like an unspoken about tick list of things that could potentially make them into a force, and it's not just about how Johnny fights. Obviously that is the main aspect of it, whether he's winning and whether he's knocking people out, but the rest of it, he kind of ticks those boxes as well, doesn't he, Johnny? He speaks very well, very articulated in the way he does address things. It's almost like no nonsense kind of attitude.
The thing is with him, Kugan, is he could get a job in the city and not do this for a living, but he's got that always in the bank. That's what he went to university for, like a 2-1 in history. So he doesn't have to do this, but he wants to do it, and I've seen it personally. He's very, very capable of going a long way in the sport because he's dedicated. He takes the things very quickly, and he's getting better and better. His last performance against Phil Williams, it was a little bit sluggish, and it was a little bit like he didn't use his jab as much, but it's because Phil Williams was trying to survive. This guy's going to come and try and win, so I think that's going to make Johnny look even better.
Yeah. And what you're saying, Kugan, about me not talking rubbish and things like that, I'm not here to talk rubbish. I've always been honest about where I am and what opportunity I've been given. And I'm excited enough to not have to do all that talking, which is a good thing. So, listen, I'm here on a journey. How long the journey lasts and how far it will go, that's why it's exciting, because we don't know.
It's not about you not talking rubbish. I listen to you and you kind of, you know what you're talking about, as in the delivery of everything you say. I can kind of listen to you, and you're not just saying kind of the cliche answers that not just heavyweights but boxers say in general. I just feel like what you say is literally what you mean, and I think you deliver it very well.
That's it. You just got to be honest. That's the best policy in any walk of life. Just be honest, and then you've got nothing to hide.
Okay. So, second fight camp, is that right?
August the 7th, isn't it? August the 7th. We've got Florian Marku against Maxim Prodan. Great fight for Florian, that is. 19-0, 16 knockouts, I think it is. Big fight for him, first title fight. So it's going to be a great night for IBF International, I think. But get him a world ranking, and that's what Conor Benn was asking for, wasn't it? He wanted Florian to get a world ranking. He's going to get one, and I think we saw what happened. I went for a cheeseburger, and it all flipping started kicking off.
Were you there, Johnny?
I wish I went for a cheeseburger, but I was having a burrito, so I was a bit far away.
Yeah, I saw the size
Looks
of it.
a bit tasty. Yeah.
What encouraged me was that they started off really nice, and then literally within a minute it turned into a little bit of an argument. Anyway,
it needed to kind of cut out when it did cut out. Conor's here with his partner and his baby. That stuff doesn't need to be happening. But the problem is they're both the same weight. Conor's an excitable character. So's Florian. You put those two in the same kind of same space as each other. It's gonna bubble over at some point, and it did. And as I say, I'm not just saying this because for the sake of saying it. I really like Conor Benn. Like I support his journey. I want him to do really well. I hope he does a great job against Granada. So hopefully I'll be here as well to support him. But Florian's on his own journey, and those two are, whether Conor probably likes it or not, they are on a collision course, because when that fight does happen, or when that fight does happen, it is going to be absolutely massive. And everybody, Eddie said it yourself, it's going to happen at some point.
So many fans supporting
Imagine.
that. Yeah, it's going to be a
Sell
brilliant
the O2 Arena out, and there'll be some waiting outside.
well, if and when that happens, we'll definitely look forward to that. But Johnny, you are definitely the second most famous person to come out of Romford, aren't you?
What? No, you've got Steve Davis, you've got Ray Parlour.
Well, I was going to say Ray Parlour just trumps everyone.
Yeah, Ray Parlour, but Steve Davis, 5-time world snooker champion. You can't get much better than that, can you?
So you're the third then?
No, I'm nowhere down. Big John's more famous than me, my dad.
We need to get John on
I
here.
go round, I'm walking around Hornchurch and places like that, and people are saying, "How's your dad doing? Is he ordering another Chinese? What's he doing today? Has he had another
You
pancake?"
take that, wouldn't you?
He is a famous guy, isn't he?
He is. I'm
John?
going to get a T-shirt made for him that just says Kung Po prawns on it, and just walking around Romford in that.
We want him to be here, don't we? We want him to get. Do you know them hats with the straws on? You know, like Happy Gilmore when the straws with the beer hats. We need to get him on there for ringside here.
Right, Sam Jones, Johnny Fisher, thank you very much for talking to IFL TV. We look forward to Fight Camp 3 back-to-back weeks. The setup here looks spectacular, so we can imagine what it's going to be like on those 3 weeks. So, yeah, best of luck.
Thank you very much. Looking forward to it. Thanks for talking to us, KUGAN.
Cheers, mate.